what's up? Kpaceguys here. Really quick video. I want to talk about something that I just got brought to my attention. Well, I already knew about it, but I thought I might say something. I want to talk really quickly about why getting subwoofers for your room is important. So as you guys know, my room is super duper small, and actually here in the next couple months, I'll be changing my room to a bigger room. So those videos are going to be so fun, but that's for a later date. But this room right here is really small, and you guys know that all of my speakers in here are for a large room. And this is going to be in regards of my two subwoofers, my PB-4000s that I have. Here's why it's very, very important to get speakers that fit your room. The issue that I have right now with the PB-4000s is not an issue with the PB-4000s themselves. It's more for the room that they're in. Having two isn't the issue. Having one it's good enough for most rooms. But the reason why I have two is just to keep the response even around all selections of the room, all sections I should say of the room. And I know that I will be getting a bigger room soon, so I went ahead and bought big things because eventually I will be in a big space. But for those who are going to be pretty permanent in their setup, make sure that you get a subwoofer or speakers in general that are good for the room size that you have. And I'll use my room as an example as to why. So these subwoofers, they're made to be in a pretty good sized room. They're pretty big subwoofers. They're 4,000 watts max, 1,200 watts RMS. So they're putting out pretty significant power. And then I have the Yamaha here, which is the flagship from 2017. So everything in here is made for a big room. And the issue that I'm having now is that I'm not getting the best sound out of my subwoofers because there's just not enough space. I was listening to a really deep bass track in my car on the way home today. And I was like, I wonder what that would sound like on the PB-4000s. And so I had played music through Spotify via Wi-Fi, and I was walking around the house, and the low end was phenomenal. It was so clear. It's the best my sound system has sounded, and I was so impressed. And so when I walked into the room to see what the subs were doing, I lost that low end. Not so much clarity and preciseness, but volume, like decibel wise. I lost a lot of low end because the room it just is too much energy in here. It really needs to expand. If you guys know anything about like sound waves and things like that, you know that the lower your notes are, the longer your sound wave is and the slower it moves. And you can really hear that when you exit the room because there's a lot of space for that sound wave to just grow and then travel. There's not a lot of traveling space between my listening spot and the subwoofers. So I'm getting a lot of really good sound. But when I get to about 35 and lower, I start to lose dB. And you guys know SVS is known for their flat response. And these dig down to 13 hertz. So there's no reason why I'm not hearing it as much, right? But that's because of the room, and it's just too small. So when you're getting speakers, especially subwoofers, make sure that you get subwoofers that fit your room. Don't go crazy like I did, unless you're going to move venues, which I am. So all my speakers will fit in the near future. But right now, they don't, and I'm missing a lot of bass. The bass is what's lacking in this room with two PB-4000s. As far as like floor standing speakers go and stuff like that, you don't sacrifice as much. You're still getting that clarity. You're still getting that precision. You're still getting the things that you expect to get when you buy high-end gear. But there's no need to crank it up. There's no need to really use its power because there's no traveling space between you and your speakers. You're right here in front of it within arm's distance of most of your stuff, and so there's not really a reason to crank anything up. So I just wanted to share with you guys why it's important to get speakers for your room. It's very, very important. Just like you wouldn't get a 70-inch TV when your room's like 9 by 11. You wouldn't go get a giant projector if it takes your entire wall. You wouldn't do things like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know how it affects sound. The room affects sound so much. If you're not really into acoustic treatment, I think you should be into that. It's really hard to find acoustic treatment that also looks pleasing. But there actually is some really good sound panels that look like art. There's some sound panels that don't look like sound panels, but they act as sound panels. So the reason why I think you should go down that road is because it really helps your sound. It's almost like upgrading your sound system without upgrading your sound system. When I put my panels in, it was like buying new speakers because I lost a lot of that echo, that reverb, my bass tightened up, and then it kept my sound in the room opposed to disturbing neighbors and family members and things like that across the hall. It really helped me allow myself to turn up a little bit more and hear what I'm supposed to hear without them hearing what I'm doing in here. You know what I'm saying? So go down that road. It's not. There's some really inexpensive ways to sound dampen your room, to sound treat your room. If you have any pictures or anything like that, put them up. Carpet your floors if you can. Blinds, yeah, they kind of help, but you really want to get curtains over your windows. There's some really good movie theater curtains on online services like Amazon, eBay. Even Walmart has some decent darkening if you need any, like if you need to keep out light. You get some really good black curtains. Also helps if you're heating in your electric bill. So, but just think about that. Just want you guys to know what it sounds like in here. It's really good. It's phenomenal. But I haven't really gotten the chance to really awaken the beast because the room in here is just too small for it. But I've been enjoying things nonetheless. And I will do more videos. I did one video where I took my tower speakers and put it into the living room, which is a very open space with vaulted ceilings and things like that. And it sounded much better in there than did in here, even though out there is no sound treatment. So I'll probably make a couple of videos of putting the whole sound system in a bigger room so that I can get a good feel of what I bought, and then I can give you guys an accurate representation of what the speakers sound like, especially the PB-4000s, because right now that's the highlight of the channel. So stay tuned for that. I'm definitely going to do that. Don't know when because they're heavy. If you haven't watched me unbox these things by myself, I struggled. If you haven't watched me unbox my Polk Audio 707s, I struggled. So getting them from out of here into the living room will be a struggle, but you know it's worth it for you guys and for myself to be able to experience what I truly want to experience. So stay tuned for more videos. I'm going to be posting every week. Keep giving me ideas. I do have a cool idea of a video coming next week. It's going to involve some features from other people. I think I'm going to do some reactions of the sound system from people who are not really sound type people, not really home theater people, music people. So that would be really cool. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe. Push that bell. Don't be late on the videos. Be here when they come out because I often have really good information. I'm going to start doing some more giveaways. You don't want to miss any of that. So I'm going to take a shower and eat something. I'm starving. I'm hungry. I got homework to do. I'm a college student. So, oh well. Kpaceguys out.